So welcome back sa ating channel. Sa mga bago pa lang po dito sa ating channel, don't forget to subscribe and like, share, and hit the notification bell para lagi po kayong updated sa ating mga videos at mga uploads. No? So for purposes of this video, ang pag-uusapan natin naman today or ngayon is donation. So ano ba ang donation? Donation is a mode of acquiring ownership of a certain property by gratuitous title. Pag sinabing by gratuitous title, walang involved na consideration. So ang consideration na tinutukoy ko is the amount in exchange of acquiring ownership sa isang property, either personal property or real property. So, in donation, guys, there are two classes of donation. Meron tayong donation inter vivos at donation mortis causa. So, in simple donation, sa donation inter vivos, yung donation, it takes effect. Sa inter vivos, it takes effect during the lifetime nung donor, yung nagbigay. In layman's term, yung nagregalo, nag-donate. So, kapag inter vivos yung donation, yung ownership dun sa property na i-donate sa inyo ay nagtitake effect na yan immediately upon your acceptance. It takes effect during the lifetime of the donor and upon your acceptance. So, inter vivos po yun. Yun po sa real property. Sa personal property, hindi kailangan na meron kayong form, meron kayong black and white or document evidencing the deed of donation if the amount is below 5,000 pesos. But if it is above, if the value of the property donated in personal property is more than 5,000 pesos, statute of frauds po tayo, it should be in writing. Meron po dapat document evidencing the deed of donation of a personal property which value exceeds 5,000 pesos. Sa personal property po yan. In real property, regardless of the value of the property, regardless kapag magkano o kung magkano yung amount ng property, it should always be in writing. The deed of donation should always be in writing. That is in donation inter vivos. Donation inter vivos should always be accepted. Bakit kailangan i-accept by the donee? Because lacking or wanting of acceptance by the donee would render the deed of donation invalid. That is donation inter vivos. Meron din tayong isang species ng donation which is akin to a last will and testament. Okay? In donation mortis causa, the validity takes, the effectivity shall take effect upon the death of the donor. Compared sa donation inter vivos na it shall take effect during the lifetime of the donor. Dito kay mortis causa, it shall take effect upon the death of the donor. So for example, dinonate sa'yo yung isang parcel of land. Ang ginamit is donation mortis causa. Although dinonate sa'yo yun, you have already a colorable title, you have already an interest therein, but still the ownership belongs still to the donor in donation mortis causa. Why? Because ownership will only transfer to the donee upon the death of the donor in mortis causa. Mortis causa is in a sense, it is also akin to a last will and testament. Therefore, we should follow the solemnities of a will, the formalities of a will. ang pinagkaiba niya ito sa donation inter vivos is, in donation mortis causa, the donee need not accept the donation. Hindi nga alam ni donee na may na-donate sa kanya. Malalaman na lang niya yan after the death of the donor, as the case may be. Pero in some instances, of course, the donee already knew that a donation was made to him, only that the ownership is still retained to the donor in a donation mortis causa. So ano ba itong formalities of a will? Okay, in formalities, the donation mortis causa should be signed, no, by the donor, of course. It would not impair the legitimacy of the compulsory heirs. It should be witnessed by at least 3 witnesses. Kasi yun yung formalities ng will. And it should be notarized. The same so with donation inter vivos. It should be in public document. When we say public document, it should be notarized by a notary public. That is donation. So there are 2 classes of donation: donation mortis causa and donation inter vivos. So kapag yung property na dinonate sa'yo and you already transferred it, the ownership, you already transferred the ownership from the donor to you as the vendee, and indeed a certificate of title evidencing your ownership over a parcel of land is already issued unto you, then that is a donation inter vivos. Pero kapag sinabi sa'yo na yung lupa na yan, provided, sa'yo na yung lupa na yan, may itatransfer mo lang yan kapag namatay ako, sabi ng donor sa'yo, then that is a donation mortis causa. Don't be confused kapag ang document ay nakalagay donation inter vivos. Pero in the body, if you are going to read and scrutinize the body of the instrument, it says there that ownership shall pass upon the death of the donor. Okay? There is already a ambiguity on to the document and to the intention of the donor. Therefore, we shall construe it as a donation mortis causa because what is the primordial consideration to that effect is that the transfer of ownership shall only take effect upon the death of the donor, and therefore, although while it is true that the document is captioned as a donation inter vivos, but the intention reveals that the donation is mortis causa. So that is the difference between basic difference of donation mortis causa and donation inter vivos. So there are 2 classes of donation in civil law. And donation, as we all know, is a mode of acquiring ownership over a certain property. And donation can be made to a personal property and a real property or immovables. So for those who new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell para lagi po kayong updated sa ating mga usapin, mga bagong uploads and bago nating mga videos. So thank you for watching this short clip or short video. I hope na intindihan ninyo na nagkaroon kayo ng idea on donation, and please comment down below if ano po yung mga topic na gusto ninyong pag-usapan so we could mapag-usapan natin by way of uploading videos. Shout out pala kay Sir Iligan ng Tanay Rizal. I forgot his name. Shout out po.